Right? John 6:45. It is written by the prophets, and they will all be taught by God. Therefore, everyone who has heard and learned from the Father comes to me. Now, what the people that will try to get out of this verse, because they believe in free will say, they'll look at this and they'll say, and they will all be taught. And they will read this word taught here as a verb. Well, in Greek, it's not a verb. And they will all be taught. So they'll say, well, see, just because I try to teach you something doesn't mean you'll learn. Right? You got to have to exercise your free will and, decide to learn what you've been taught. Or, just because God taught them doesn't mean they'll learn. And the mistake they make is right here. All will be taught, and they look at it as a verb. But in Greek, it's not a verb. And when Jesus quotes the Hebrew, that's not a verb either. Look carefully. So you go to the Greek, and esteem, being the prophets, being in the prophets, written in the prophets, being written in the prophets. And look carefully. Estintai, and then this is a future tense verb, and often in Greek they will roll the pronoun into this. So it's telling you what, Jesus is telling you what has been written. And that's why the verb there, esteem, what is written, what was written, is this. Estintai, they will be. So the pronoun about who it's talking to is they is kind of rolled into the verb. They're very common in Greek. But it's a being verb. It's what will be. And here's what will be. Pontes, that's an adjective too. So the pronoun's kind of in this verb right here. They will be all describing. It's an adjective. Didaktoi, it's not a verb. It's in Greek, it's an adjective. What they will be is all taught people. It's what they will be. If I say Johnny's hair will be red, it will be red. Or if I say Johnny's hair is red, it is red. There's a being verb. It's what it be. It's a description of what it be. The state of it. The state of it is taught. It's not something that will be attempted to do to them. It's what they are or they will be. And then, of course, the result of that is that all that learn from God, and this is where we get the word parallel, para. So God is beside them, and they learned, and they were taught, and this is a verb, come towards me. It's the result of being a learned person. That's why in the English it'll say therefore, because it's the result of being a learned person. It wasn't something that was attempted to do to them that they might or might have not learned. They are a learned person or will be a learned person. You see that? It's not a maybe. It's a be. It's a guarantee. It's a be. Okay, now, and so Jesus quotes this. He quotes this exactly like Isaiah 54:13, which is also an adjective in Hebrew. Now, if you go to, this is what Jesus is quoting. And all thy children, first of all, it's the children, not everybody on the planet, and it's not, shall be taught. Now, this is an adjective in Hebrew. Shall be taught of the Lord. This is what Jesus is quoting. Shall be taught of the Lord. And this shall be taught. See, again, you read it in English and you think it's not. It's an adjective. Lamud. In Hebrew, it's an adjective. Now, there's a few other places this adjective is used. Let me show you just one. Right here in Isaiah 54. And every other example, it's the same. One of them, it says a disciple, means a learned person. The Lord hath given me the tongue of the learned. Learned. That's an adjective. That I should know how to speak. Because he's learned. He knows how to speak because he's a learned person. A learned person. The tongue of the learned. The learned. See, it's an adjective. It's not a future tense verb or a verb at all. It describes what they be. So these people are lying to you when they try to tell you, well, it's like I taught somebody, but that doesn't mean they learn. No, that's a lie. That's complete ignorance, because it's an adjective. It's what they are. It's what they be. Like your hair is red. It is. Not it might be, or somebody tried to make your hair red. That's stupid. So don't believe these people. They don't study the Greek, right? They don't study the Greek. Obviously, they don't study the Greek, because if I can see this, anybody can see it. And certainly they could have too, but they didn't. They're lying or they're ignorant, okay?